See. I I it's like I'm not breathing properly without a woman in my life. It just All right, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry for that. I don't know what happened. Um God dang it, Gina. Did you really just do that, Emerald? Sapphire. Was that you? I know that was you. You had to. Sorry, guys. I had got cut off. I did not realize how many people that know me from college that was in this chat and they just learned something totally new about me. Well, oh, there he is. Do I need to send it or do you send it? Hey, Jay. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I had to change rooms real quick. But yeah,
You need to change what?
rooms real quick because they wanted to. They were. I was in the living room chilling. Oh, but yeah. So
Hold on.
really
Timber. We good. We good.
but no, like what I'm saying is when you go through that emotional whole state coming into a relationship, a lot of people don't understand that it does take a lot from an individual. It does become discouraging in the same sense of actually going to the next person. You know what I mean? Going into the next situation because you beat yourself up. It's just how you said you leave the situation alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
While the couple in that on their own, they get to redevelop, possibly even look for another third to see what's suited for them. You know what I mean? And learn from their mistakes. It's kind of how you said you went through your trial and error. So throughout your trial and error, you learn what from a couple, and the couple learn from the man. I hate to use unicorn. I don't know a good term. I don't know a good word. So I have to just kind of third. I mean, I don't know what you cool with.
I
But
just say a potential.
a
I'm a
potential. Okay,
potential.
that's fantastic. So they get to see what they learned from what they didn't like from the potential. So the potential goes and leaves by themselves again. The couple gets to learn from the potential that what they didn't like, what they did like, whatever, whatnot. So it gets discouraging. It gets discouraging because you get left by yourself.
Yeah, and there's another factor for some women. I don't know if it's for all women, but I'm coming from a lesbian community. I'm literally stepping out of the community I've known for years. So not only am I going to be judged by y'all, I'm going to be judged by the community I have been in
Yeah,
practically my whole adult life.
yeah,
So this shit ain't easy.
yeah. It
No
ain't.
way around it. Because now I have gay people looking at me like, so you can't just be with one person anymore? Or dang, this how you are?
I think what a lot of people don't realize too, being part of that community, right? The LGBT, mind you, if I don't say it correct, I'm trying my best.
It's good.
But
It's
but
okay.
what a lot of people don't realize is they don't really support polyamory because a lot of people and they instantly think because they see a lot of triads, they see a lot of thruples, so they instantly think that the LGBT community actually supports that when in all actuality that's false because they still believe in monogamous relationships.
Yes, they still believe in monogamous relationships. And when women approach me and they be like, "Well, could you be with one person?" I could if I wanted to. That's never something that I said I could never do. Would I
I
want
said
to
that's
do
not
it?
true.
Jay, we not talking about everybody. I mean, we're not. I know certain people don't care,
Yeah,
but in a whole perspective, yes, I get a lot of questions about this now.
yeah.
People look at me and they be like, "I don't see it." Like, so you can't be with just a woman anymore. I'm like, I'm not saying that. If I have the opportunity, then I'm gonna take it.
Hmm.
But it is tough. So where I am in Dallas, I haven't dated anybody. Anybody. You can't link me to anyone. You can try, you won't succeed.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put anybody out there with me that's not going to be permanent.
Yeah, because especially coming in from those type of situations where they felt like you could have been the solution. I like what one person actually used. Coming from those situations where you had to actually. That's why I said logically you were thinking, emotionally you were still attached. So actually, the logically you say I got to walk away from this situation because they still got to have each other at the end of the day because I don't want to feel like I damaged the relationship. You know, and you walk away, that still damages you emotionally. So when you got to protect yourself, you find yourself where you got to protect yourself. And like
Yeah.
so you find yourself by yourself. You know what I mean? You find yourself alone, trying to rebuild and establish what you got taken away from you in a sense. The comfortability, the thought that this was going to be forever, trying something new and giving your all in the situation, but you dealt with so many obstacles.
And not only that, building the strength up to try again.
Yeah, is that where you are right now?
Right now, I'm just reevaluating everything.
So you are kind of in the sense of
I'm
re-
trying to see if
rebuild.
I'm trying to see if I made a mistake. I'm trying to see if I'm still going to go down this path. I'm trying to see if I'm going to turn back with my tail tucked between my legs and say, fuck y'all. I am trying to figure all that shit out right now.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
really am, because it's just been so much shit, you know?
yeah.
And for a person who, I'm telling you, for any single person who decides to be in this lifestyle,
We can ask the
you,
questions. There's your ass right now. So they probably sending you questions. You gotta look in the
I
box,
don't see any.
like
I
in
don't
the
have
question
any
box.
questions. Okay, White China, ask your question.
Oh no, but still touching on what you were saying. Like you don't see yourself actually doing or finding yourself in that situation. Like
Like,
it
you
hurts
got
when
to
it
be
doesn't work.
strong, and you got
Yeah,
to be resilient. You got to know what you want. You can't deviate from it.
yeah.
And if it takes you being by yourself for a long period of time, then so be it. Because I realize that,
But don't you feel like you're overwhelming yourself in a situation? Like to me personally, right? This kind of something me, Chantel and Shalon understand. Like like if
there's no
Shalon,
box on this live. Why is there no box on this live? Uh, okay, if there's no box on this live, just send your question. I will try to catch them, or we'll try to catch them.
most definitely we'll try to catch him. I ain't know there was no box. You gotta have the box. You gotta have the box, right? But no, one thing that we deal with, right? If it doesn't work, we know that like Shalon, every option is open. So we leave everything open until where it's gonna find us possibly alone if we don't do everything wisely. If we don't do everything correct. And it would become discouraging, you know what I mean, to the situation. So why come back?
What do you see the male role? All I hear is about the women. That's a good question. Do they have to be married? No, they don't have to be married. You don't have to be married. What do I see the male role? Just like
Mm-hmm.
in any relationship, the head of the house. If there's a man who I feel like is handling his role properly, I will bow down by all means. I will take a
Most
back seat.
most women are submissive like that.
Yes.
A lot of people sit there and say, I loved how I did one interview
Somebody
and
don't
I was
stop
with
this all over
Jelani
and it becomes
and
Give me 1 second, Whitney Reagan. Let me answer this question first. Go ahead.
and she has said perfectly. If a woman entrusts into a male, regardless how aggressive or how dominant she is, she will submit. She has to
But I'm
trust
not
that.
gonna submit to no punk.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying you're gonna submit to no punk. I'm just saying if I know what I'm doing, you know what I mean. And you see me handling my business, and I got not only me, but I got us. Of course, you gonna
And I'm
submit in
not
that
saying
sense.
you
Like,
have
you're
to
gonna
help
ride.
us financially. Just have a strong foundation. Be the rock.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying financially either. Like
Well, I didn't
we
want
doing
them to
as a
get that
team.
misconstrued.
Yeah. You got the questions coming now. Hold on, I'm trying to go back. I'm trying to go back to
The
rock with
next
you.
question was, is it hard to bounce back? It is really hard to bounce back because there's so much coming at you at one time. Really, really, it's hard. Like when I put that post out there, that was me trying to bounce back. And that shit just started to flood. I
Yeah,
had to put everything on mute because it was just too much at one point. Like, I was like, fuck. Maybe I made a mistake. Because I wasn't expecting that rollout.
Yeah.
So when you ready to bounce back,
know that there's always opportunity.
man, it's supposed to feel when you are
Did you
in
see
it.
that for single people that's looking to get into any advice?
Okay, let me answer this question because the men are feeling some type of way about me.
You know, you was like just stuck on the females.
Because a female is the core. If you can't get past her, you can't get to the man.
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
fully agree, but still, like at the end of the day, you're
Okay,
gonna make a man
so
feel some way.
males, men in general, what I look for in a man is plain and simple. Somebody who's going to respect me and lead by example. Physicality, of course, great. Somebody who's lightheaded, doesn't take himself so fucking seriously. It's very important. Me and you can't joke on each other and joan on each other. I can't fuck with you. I don't need a daddy. I got one. Okay? So if you're trying to just rule the house,
You hear that?
then you good. I don't need you.
Look, you got this one agreeing with you over here.
So yes, men I like athletic build. When I was dating men, let me make this clear. When I was dating men, I was only dating athletes, military men, or Catholics. Pick one. You see the mold. Clean cut, athletic, handsome as hell. Most of them niggas could bench press me. That's just all I have to say.
Yeah.
So that's what I look for. I look for a man. Somebody that I need to step on a chair to get in their face and be like, who the fuck you talking to?
Yeah, but you know, it be difficult, right? I'm not gonna lie to you because you know, and I know the pushback gonna be there. So I know it does take work. I'm not knocking it. You know, so aggressive women. I'm not going. Me personally, I'm attractive to aggressive women. I like to know that you about something. I feel you too submissive. You just gonna give it to everybody. You just gonna always fall to anybody. So I like a little pushback. So it's gonna make me button my shirt.
And don't get me wrong. I'm very submissive. I'm just not submissive in public. Well, not right here. I'm not submissive. But when we at home, well, basically when we're out in public, I'm always gonna let you lead. If you fuck up, I'm gonna let you know when you get home. You fucked up.
Yeah,
that's how I am.
I might have your back regardless in public. No matter what you do, I do that now. Like I might have your back in public. You know what I mean? But you know, when we get home, yeah, of course, I'm coming at your neck. We
Thank you.
We're gonna get right. Yo, somebody asked. Hold on, I'm trying to go all the way back.
Do you
There's
work
so
to
many
keep
questions.
the couple or each person individually? Do you work to keep the couple or each person individually? I work to keep the couple. What do you mean? We work to keep each other.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like you're more into women. Where'd you read that one at?
It was up there. It says, "What about the men?" It sounds like you're more into the woman. The only reason I'm speaking on
paragraph.
The only reason I'm speaking more on the woman because that's the entry.
I break that down for people of how important it is with the women to get along. I think they're not gravitating to that because a lot of people think that regardless the male can bring me, I could break it down, but I want to hear it from a woman's perspective of what you experience with the relationship of how important it is for the women to have that balance within their relationship to actually make this successful.
It is very important that the connection between the women be strong because at the end of the day, the person that's going to feel the most is that woman.
Facts.
And whatever she feels is going to come out on everybody. And it's also about respect. This is her home. She is opening up everything to you, her husband, her life, which she is going to hold more tightly than a man will. Very much more tightly. And so in order for you guys to coincide or be a couple or however the dynamic is going to be, there has to be understanding. There has to be a relationship. There has to be respect. There can't be no backhanded shit. So, of course, I'm going to follow her lead. She's going to guide me to how things are going to be in that relationship. And if I agree, I'm going to keep going. If I don't, I can walk out the door. But at the end of the day, it's her house.
So that's basically okay. Look, I'm learning something right here. So that's basically where it's going to bring the confirmation in then, huh? So if she's right there comfortable with you, you guys have that balance. She's showing you how things go because the way you're already seeing it is that, you know, not that basically you're being allowed, but she's opening. She's opening her household. She's opening and she's willing, you know what I mean, to bring this balance with you. So that's going to discourage it if you see any sign or any red flags between
Yeah.
each other.
And most women when I did date, they were like, oh, you can give him a massage, or you can sit in between, or you can hold my hand. Like, they'll do the like dainty shit to get me to come in closer and closer. And it does
Involvement.
work.
Involvement.
Honey bees.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Involvement.
It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Involvement. I like that. You
So when you get the woman, you gonna automatically get the man. He gonna see his wife is happy. He gonna see that he's getting more of an abundance of love. He gonna hear laughter in the house. He gonna get double the sex because that is part of it. It's gonna be great. But if that shit ain't working, ain't nothing gonna work.
and
That's
nothing
why I
is gonna be
said.
chaotic. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And someone asked, how did I start this? This was like, I found a Snapchat of me in 2017 where I said, fuck it, I might as well be polyamorous if everybody fucking cheating. Might as well be open about it. I had my last relationship, my ex had cheated on me. And I said, fuck this shit. I'm going poly because at least I ain't worried about her walking out the room or doing whatever. We all have an understanding.
Yeah.
And at that time, I started researching. I went on YouTube, I dug up articles, I searched, and that's how I found y'all.
Yeah.
I saw an interview you did, a radio interview.
Yeah.
And from there, I was like, okay, what else? And then I found Black Polynation, and then I found Melanin Polynation. And then I started reading articles and looking up different dynamics of relationships. And I found out that I wanted a throuple. I wanted a closed triad. You know, you have to be very diligent about what you want because you're going to get anything if you don't. That's like in any relationship.
Researching is key. You got to find out because a lot of people find themselves going for the throuple situation. And then they got to really understand the throuple, the triad situation because the challenge is going to bring. Because then they get discouraged. Because sometimes someone feels they don't understand the challenges that they got to actually step up to. So one of the women or somebody could feel emptiness. And then that's where you get the quads. That's where you get the
welcome, bike shop.
Huh?
I was telling him he welcome. He said thank you.
Well, yeah, so that's where you get all the situations that where the women want to add another male or another female, another situation for them because they feel the emptiness because you're not keeping that balance. Someone at the table asked a question: do you work to keep the couple or each person individually?
I didn't sign up individually, so why would I work to keep them individually?
That part, yeah, because it is challenging to try to bring them in. Like it's like how you said you want that whole situation. You already
because
have
I know this is sound bad, but I've had 3 guys dump their girlfriends and want to start with me because their girlfriends did not want me because I was too much of something for them. And I think that's so fucked up because if you leave her, you're gonna leave me. What the fuck do I look like?
Morals. That shit, integrity.
Like you just told you showed me who you were. You have no fucking loyalty.
Yeah, you did. A lot of people don't understand that when you show me in person, I'm gonna know what you do behind my back or the expectation. Regardless, you want me to feel good of the foul situation you did to actually show me something that you're gonna do for me, but you might do to me as well. A lot of people do get that confused. Sang grandson, she said she was 34. I'm trying to answer questions with you. I didn't even put your age out there if you don't want me to do that.
I'm 34. If we ain't together, we doing this shit together. Yeah,
Look, I'm trying to go down
I'm 34. I've been single for about 4 years. I've been in Dallas for about 3. I'm a Sagittarius, so I say what the fuck is on my mind. At any point in time, if you see my stories, y'all you'll never know what you're gonna get. I have a cat and a dog. I will not part with them by any means necessary. At this point in time, I'm taking a break. I'm not dating. I'm not even talking. I'm not
So
conversating.
there's not even an opportunity for anybody to really try to convince you. Just
Right
actually get to know
now,
you. Yeah.
no, because I'm doing some soul searching. I've had my experiences for the past year, and I need to see if this is something I want to keep pursuing
Yeah.
or if it's something I want to step back from. Because this is not an easy lifestyle to get into. Once you're there, you're there. And you
You
can
know,
see the abundance and the,
okay,
the gifts that you receive.
let me ask you
But
this
getting to that
question.
point is a battle.
Let me ask you this question. Okay, so do you believe your challenges are more there and they're becoming discouraging because you're the woman trying to come in joining something? Do you think it'll be easier if you were the woman already in a situation, or you already a couple with somebody trying to find somebody?
I don't think it's easy either way. To be honest, there are.
But no, but I'm speaking about like knowing the challenges, like knowing from that perspective. You know what I mean? Like when you already been in a certain position and you know the challenges that they go
Hey,
through that.
baby. Hey, Benita.
You know what I mean? That,
So,
oh no, you good. But what's called that you go through that, like knowing that you came from that, and now you're with somebody, and then you guys you bring the idea to him or her or whatever. Hey, let's look for a third, and
well,
knowing what the
yeah, it's
challenges are.
it's a lot for him.
Exactly.
Like, for example, dancing. I taught girls high school who never danced in their life.
Oh my bad, clips to the groomer. I didn't know you asked that. Oh, but yeah, now go ahead.
That's just for me dancing for so long. I never took a class a day in my life. I learned from what I watched. It was something I really wanted, so I studied it.
Yeah,
I didn't have money to take lessons, so I watched TV,
not the
everything.
easiest way.
So when I taught girls who had never had a dance class in their life and were struggling the way I struggled, I felt for them. I understand them, but I found ways to guide them without making them feel less than.
So you don't think it would be better for you to be in that position, being the girlfriend already, looking for
No,
somebody?
it would be more productive because I understand both sides. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
But it's getting to the other side that's the struggle.
Yeah.
That is a struggle. And I'm trying to see, I'm 34 years old. Do I actually want to keep struggling to find not the perfect fit, but the fit that's willing to work?
Yeah. I see
Because
everybody saying the same thing too. It says it's
everybody
challenging.
has bullshit. It's
Yeah.
what bullshit are you willing to deal with
Exactly.
is the question.
Yo, no, and I fully agree with that because that's why when I deal with people, right? When I'm trying to help people with poly or trying to understand it more, I select who I'm going to help or who I'm not going to help because there's so many different individuals. I have to know when I'm talking to you that I know what up, Taylor family. I'm able to know who I'm dealing with. I can relate because if you're dealing with so many different individuals, I might not be able to help you with your situation if I'm not familiar with who one person per. If I can't click with that one personality, I could guide you wrong. So it's just so much in this situation when you're trying to give advice of what you're actually looking for, how you're trying to help them, what you're trying to do, because it is challenging. It does get like this should get
Yeah.
discouraging. You actually have to challenge every emotion.
So some people can't be, and you gotta be smart when you looking at couples because some of them are swingers that claim they poly, and that's like so fucked up.
Yeah. And even I talked about it every time, right? Not only swingers from the couples. That's live that you just said that because I never even thought about that shit. But one thing I speak about when it's a single woman actually trying to just be poly, whatever, you deal with a lot of men that are married and present themselves actually being poly, but in the whole time they're not even poly. They just try to just get, they try to get some pussy. They just
And
what we trying to do.
and they will come at you like that, like, and me, I'm an investigative person. I've always been that way. I will find links to your Facebook, your
Man, that's
Twitter.
most women. That's most
Like,
women.
I'm that type of person. Like, I like to trip you up just to see if you gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, that's just who I am because I'm not gonna play that game. Like, I've had married men come talk to me. I'm like, does your wife know? Man, I'm like, why don't you put your wife on? Let me speak to her. If y'all such a poly couple, I know she wants to meet me.
You ever
I know
called
she
the
wants.
wife?
Yeah,
You called the wife? Oh, Lord Jesus. Ah, wait a minute.
This man swore up and down that his wife was into it, and his dumb ass had an open page and he tagged his wife in some shit. So I went up to her. I was like, hi, let me introduce myself. And she was like, oh, okay. So this is the kind of stuff he on. I said, yeah, as a woman, I'm being respectful
Yeah.
and I'm letting you need to check your man. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But if you decide you want to swim in shark-infested water, you may get bit.
No, that's facts. That's facts. I mean, playing that. I mean, yeah. That. I never. Yeah, I don't blame you for calling the
Tell
wife.
me,
All that.
tell me this. You're a man and your woman wants another, but you're not open to it. How you go about that? Okay, if you're a man and you want another woman in this relationship, in your relationship with your wife, that's a deep ass conversation you're gonna have to have. And I think the first thing you need to reassure your wife is that you're not trying to replace her or cheat on her.
Yeah.
And you need to explain to her
And bring the
why.
reassurance with that. Bring the reassurance with that all the
Yes,
time. Yes.
you got to reassure her 100% that you are not trying to step out on her. You're not trying to leave her. You're not trying to replace her. You want to add to it. You want to add value to y'all relationship. You want to add abundance to your life. Because adding another person is adding a whole nother personality, a whole nother set of problems, because everybody comes with their problems. Everybody comes with their own struggles.
No,
And you
but
gotta,
the main part that I have learned from talking to you is that really take consideration into the person you're actually bringing in. You know what I mean? You got to actually take that into consideration too, because having your situation with your wife or the individual you're involved with, girlfriend, whatever it is, you got to have that balance because it could bring damage to the person coming in. You know what I mean? That's
and
a
it
lot.
could ruin your relationship too. People
Yeah, it
don't
could
realize
ruin your
that.
relationship too.
If I'm sorry, I'm pouring me another drink. Uh,
That's fine. It's fine.
it could
I felt
ruin
like
your
we on our first
relationship.
date. Don't take me.
And I have to, your wife, God, I have to give it up to her. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
that's a strong woman.
yeah, yeah.
Like, really fucking strong.
But people don't understand. Like, oh shit, people don't understand that. I didn't drop my phone. People don't understand that it took a lot of conversations between me and her, a lot of openness, a lot of things that because we both live pretty tough. We both
Because
did
I
a
know
lot of
you
things.
had to rebuild that trust.
But that was
That,
on a personal note. Like I wasn't with Chantel coming into the situation. I wasn't relying on that to rebuild anything. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Restructure anything because we had a lot of problems just prior to that. And I would not fault her for anything because I was a toxic individual. I was really fucking toxic. That pushed her into other people. So I really couldn't take that fault. So there was a lot of things that kind of helped it. But when we got to the situation where I really fucked up, there was a lot of things had to take personally with her. And I love her a lot. So I was going to make sure I make that individually to actually put that privately with her. It didn't fix our relationship, bring somebody in, and actually caused a little bit more damage just because like the question I was asking where she had insecurities about I'm not good enough. You know what I mean?
And that not from somebody who has been cheated on, not even fucking cheated on. I dated my last relationship, my girlfriend of 3 years. She was very open.
Yeah.
And I know this is going to sound bad when it comes out my mouth, but when you love somebody, you just sometimes you take shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You do.
I was at the top of her list. I was number one.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or whatever. And she traveled for business a lot. So she said if she felt like she had a connection with somebody, she would connect with them. And
It's
that'll be
damage
it.
you.
And not knowing that you're not good enough will fuck up
Wait.
your whole. It took me 3 years to bounce back
But
from
that's a
that.
question
That's a lot.
yeah. You
When you
feel
really
that
love
way.
somebody, it's a battle because you're not only battling with your inner demons, you're battling with the person that's supposed to love you and you're trying to figure out what your self-worth is anymore.
Yeah.
And to climb out of that hole and being able to accept another person into your relationship, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That is
But
hella strength.
that was a lot of things that, because the infidelity also started from her too. So I had knew the challenges of what it was gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, for
Um,
you guys to rebuild what you
mhm.
had and then add abundance to it, that is like
Yeah,
fucking
like
Disney Channel.
we overcame a lot of things. So when she did her things, I was still open to the family thing. We discussed it. I didn't want to give up on her. You know what I mean? Especially when I started becoming toxic, she didn't give up on me. Like, I understood why she was running to find others to be entertained. I was toxic. I was very like, you go to the store, take too long because the line was on. You talking to somebody.
Ooh, I've been there.
Yeah, I was bugging. I was bugging. I was bugging. So when I knew she was talking to other people, I didn't falter because who I was at that character. So it does take a lot. It does take a lot of work in self. And then when you get it done when you do it, like when you're cheating, you're not thinking nothing of it. And then when you get caught, it's a whole process. And
Can I tell you something that you may not believe?
what's up?
I have never cheated on anyone.
I don't. It's not that I don't believe that. I believe that. I don't know why you think I wouldn't believe that.
Because most people
When you speak
don't.
about your morals and everything and all that, I respect that. Like,
Like I believe in I believe in
I'm a fucked
karma.
up individual.
Like I believe in karma. Like that shit will come back on you tenfold. Like I don't want to feel that shit. I never wanted to cheat on nobody. And that's why I've always been so open about who I am. I established that when I talk to people now. Like, there's a girl in here that's been in, she knows that I'm poly, but she also knows I'm very attracted to her. She knows that.
Yeah.
But she also knows I'm polyamorous.
Yeah.
And she asked me, could we be together without anyone else? And I told her, I don't know. I don't know. And that is my honest to God question. But if we were to be together, I would have to make that decision right then and there.
Is it Erica? Because she's right.
No, it's not her.
I'm about to say, let me find
I'm
out.
not gonna out her.
I'm about to do
I need to talk to her after this shit because I know she's watching. So
it might be the wine talking.
I ain't gonna blow it. No, I'm drinking. I'm Crown. I'm Crown and Coke. I drink dark. I'm a dark girl.
I'm drinking my Henny. But no, yeah, that is challenging. Nah, it's not too hard to believe, you know what I mean? Especially being who you are. Everything that I break down when I'm studying you, I don't mean to say that I'm studying you, but I told you last time, you know what I mean? Every time we talk and we discuss, I see what you do and how you move. But
you say you're so interesting. I'll be like, what?
I study everybody. I study everybody. And you know what's crazy, right? When I'm watching certain people, how they move, I see who's watching who. So I stay focused on everything. I'm an observer.
So who's watching? I'm curious.
No, I'm just saying, like, when you see people, how they're trying to break down during discussions off everything. I watch everything. You know what I mean? I just love to learn. I love to absorb like a sponge.
Me too.
So
and
I
this
figure what you was doing and everything and all that. So
this is a good platform for people just to express the struggles and the triumphs.
Okay, for the man, hold on. Someone asked, how do you feel about women waiting one another man in the relationship, but you're not open to that? To me, at the end of the day, of course, me. If you ask me directly, no, I don't want that shit. It's going to be a lot to do that shit, but do I got to respect that shit? I got to, because I put the women in a certain position, in a certain situation. You have to kind of be open. All I can do at the end of the day is me.
So would you do it now?
Who, me at this moment?
Yes.
Would I be open to it? To me, to be open to it, right? I don't know. I got to deal with it, right? Because they did it, right? But how this shit plays out, I wouldn't know, because of course, at the end of the day, I'm be like, yo, fuck that. Everybody that was with me stuck with me. So if this nigga, because it doesn't really depend on me. What a lot of people don't realize, it doesn't depend on the male. So if my wife would come to me and say, okay, I want to bring another nigga in, or let me say another male.
You're welcome.
You know what I mean? Another male in. So if she brings another male in, would that male stay like Chantel stayed?
Yeah.
Now he switches. And because ain't no male gonna sit there and say, oh, y'all having threesomes or y'all doing this. I'm not going to stay around. I'm gonna use you for a season. So once he leaves, then I got a question, are you gonna go to another male? I'm sticking with the same individuals in my life. Now, are they gonna be open to, since they opened that box, are they going to be open for me to go out there and actually look for other women since you have nobody sticking around? And what I have is people sticking around at the moment.
And that could open an array of issues.
Array of it. Yeah, yeah.
It
So it's like
could.
you want to play it. So it has to be smart about how you really want to play this off. We could all stick together. We could all do whatever. Of course, the conversation is there and it's open. Y'all be open, but will you do it?
Oh, that's my question I asked you. The same question I asked you.
Oh, you'll be open, but you'll be doing. Of course, the conversation is always open. But at the end of the day, how do you want to play this? Because
Yeah.
to them as females, if they feel, because what's crazy, right, is males are not loyal to a situation like this. I mean, I know I brought in the other family, Juju Mama and all of them, but if you listen to her situation, the males were open to the idea when they were able to sleep with other women. So with this situation is, you're not going to expect me to be loyal to you and you keep switching males. Well, I'm going to go ahead and switch females. Are you going to be open to that? You know, it's all ideas.
Boy, you're going to be tired. All that. That's a lot of women.
Tied in. So I hate when people bring certain things like, well, would you do this? Would you do that? I know my situation and my sacrifice I got to make. Of course I got to make that. I don't control them. Man, I could put gates on the motherfucking door, on the window and everything. They can still put their ass cheeks to that shit and have a nigga come through and then smash through. I have no control of that. I don't have no ownership. But when we open up that discussion, let's make sure we understand every route we could take from this.
Yeah, and that's why you stick with whatever you start with. Like if you guys want to be open, then be open. But if you close that triangle's closed, then let it stay closed. Because let that shit stay closed. Do not add anything to it. Like, it's hard enough already trying to keep a relationship.
The facts.
You don't want to add shit to it that could fuck up the relationship.
Like, how much do you want to shake your world? You know what I mean? Because it's going to shake it. You know what I mean? And this is where so many different dynamics, you say, yeah, no loyalty out here. No, it is loyalty.
There is loyalty. There is a lot of loyalty. It's just the fact that you got to figure out. I think men are loyal if they can either sleep with a woman.
They're already in a committed relationship. In secondary. No, there's loyal men out there. There's men that could only take on.
There are good men. You know, I'm not gonna take nothing. No bullshit.
But look, I have one big thing on this, right? Because a lot of women sit there and say they want a God-fearing man, everything and all that, whatever, right? Now, there are those that will stick. Cause I know this one cat, and he always speaking about, like, I can only deal with one woman. And he goes to church. He goes to church every Sunday, all that and everything. But I believe sex plays a big factor in lifestyle. Because are you going to adapt to his lifestyle? If he's a God-fearing man, you got to show up Wednesday, Sunday. You got to be there in church with him. You can't be in the club. You can't be doing brunch. You can't be smoking loud.
Thank you.
You can't do all that. Because then you're going to come cheat with a nigga like me because I'm ratchet. And when you let's call it facts. Let's call it facts. That's the nigga you want at the end of the day. But then the nigga that brings excitement to you is going to be a nigga like me. And
you know the thing is, a lot of couples who look at me, they look at me as the excitement. And so what I try to do is I try to teach the woman what I do so she doesn't feel impotent or intimidated to what I bring. Because yes, do I mean to come off sexual? No. But if you take me to a fucking club or a bar where there's music, I don't give a fuck if I'm the only one dancing in the club. I'm going to be, and all eyes will be on me. Why? Because I'm a performer. It's my natural. That's my natural thing.
That's naturally who you are. And it's so seductive. Women are supposed to be seductive. You know what I mean? So when you feel me seductive, you know, as a male being dominant or just
that's enticing.
That's right
like,
there. What I'm
no bullshit. I can be honest because that's just who I am. My last relationship with my girlfriend for 3 years. When I say this is how I am in a relationship, I'm going to put it out there. This is how I am in a relationship. I will walk around the house in lingerie. I will taunt your ass all fucking day. I will give you lap dances. I will stop you in the middle of what you're doing just to fuck with you and then let you go back to try to focus. That's who I am in a relationship. You ain't going to get none of that shit from me if we not in a relationship.
Yeah.
So don't think because what you see on camera in front of a class, that's who I am 24/7. You got to earn that. And that's what a lot of couples don't understand. They feel like you should just have everything at one point. You got to earn. It's an earning system with everybody. You have to earn trust. You got to earn respect. You got to earn to be comfortable. You have to work at that.
Yeah.
Just because you see it on my damn page doesn't mean I'm going to give it to you when you see me. And they be like, you ain't nothing what I thought you would be. Oh, I'm sorry. What the fuck did you think I was going to be? You thought I was going to come up legs open spread? Willing to give you everything up front?
Yeah.
Like,
but that, of course. It just is what it is. You're expecting that's what it's gonna be. That's what actually seductive. When you show me seductive, that's what's gonna attract me. So when I see it, I believe I'm gonna get it regardless of actually putting it in work. Because that's what I'm gonna define you as.
But if you do your reading and you do your studying and you really look at my page, you'd be like, this girl is fucking silly as hell. Like,
yeah, it's to get to know you, because that's the step that you want. You want the step to actually get to know you, break you down. You know what I mean? It's going to leave you more in tune. I want to meet you mentally, spiritually, whatever.
And that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
People actually trying to look past that. And it kind of makes me hate that I actually started doing this again. I hate that I even started dancing again.
Well, you shouldn't stop what is your true self. You should actually learn how to get supported. Like a lot of things I've been trying to teach right now lately, especially to both the wifey, is the love language. I'm trying to really study their love language and everything that actually expresses themselves. I don't want them to stop being themselves. I want to actually understand who they selves are, like, you know, to a full extent. Why change yourself or hate that you're doing that? Because that's the indication of showing somebody else.
It makes me think that I'm attracting the wrong thing. Like, because at one point you have to check yourself. You got to see, okay, what the fuck am I doing wrong to attract this?
You should know what you're attracting. That's the only point, and learn how to study them or what they're trying to get. You know what I mean? Because someone's going to show you something deeper. You should not change who yourself is. Like, you should never change who you are. Never. Because at the end of the day, you got to learn who you're bringing across. Like, you should know the game. You should understand them, study them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, why change who you are naturally?
Not necessarily change it, but just put it to the back burner. Yeah. Like, I can teach dance, but I don't have to post it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I have a whole other page for that shit.
It's a business. You got to promote.
Yeah. I have a whole nother page. The only reason I put it on this page is because I have more followers on this page. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But I have a whole page dedicated to that shit. And no, I'm not putting it out there for people to go. Yeah. I'm not giving people that. It's not even on my regular page. You can't even get there.
Yeah, facts.
Like, you can't find that shit. And people are like, well, when you go, this is the opener I hate. When you gonna dance for me? Like, I be wanting to punch people on their throat. Like, I just want to punch you through the fucking phone. Like,
it's just natural. It's just natural. You know, with social media and everything that we got going, to use social sexuality, it's gonna be people keeping it locked on the sexuality. But that
and I try to push people away from that. I try to push them away from that as much as possible, because I have way more to offer than just that. I have a lot more to offer. Like, I'm very giving. I'm more patient in a relationship than I am single. I have way more fucking patience.
There's a question. Being you is where you grow from. Is it about growth on a three-way relationship?
That's a good question.
To me, yeah.
You're constantly growing every day. But when you grow with people?
Yeah, no, exactly. Look, to me, like, Chantel had like a real, like, she was just really straightforward off everything. And those things we had to grow with each other, but I had to accept her for who she was. You know what I mean? Everything that she came in the situation, that's why I was asking you so many things, because I want to understand that perspective coming into the situation. Things that challenges I had to be aware of. But yeah, I had to accept her for herself. You know what I mean? And I want her to be herself, who she grows into. Yeah, even though I'll prefer her not to have such a snappy ass mouth, you know what I mean? Bow, you know what I mean? But I had to accept that. I want to love you for your natural self. You know what I mean? And I think that's where people, when they try to change and make you move around, like, I don't like that.
And everybody has layers. Everybody's layered. Like, my outer layer, I'm a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have my guard up. I have the resting bitch face. Don't approach me. That is who I am. But once you start pulling back those layers, you'll see the caring person, the lighthearted, the loving, the nurturing, the committed, the loyal. You'll see all of that. You got to get past that bitch
Yeah,
first.
it's a breakdown situation.
Yes, because I have my guard up no matter what. Because it's just me. I take care of me. I'm the only one that has my best interest at heart right now. So I have to watch everything that comes at me. I have to protect myself. And people don't understand that as a single person, you have to protect yourself. You have nobody else watching your back but you and God. That's it. It's just me. And if I fall through the cracks at the end of the day, I'm just falling by myself. But if the couple falls through the cracks, they have each other to lean on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, I'm going to be more protective. I'm going to be more, I'm going to lean in more. I'm going to listen more.
So since you're more protective of yourself, do you think that makes it hard for the couple to actually get into? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because they have so many more layers that becomes challenging.
Yes and no. Because if I build a rapport with you through conversation and stuff like that, my walls tend to come down if we could communicate. So you can get past that point. I have to let that guard down, but I'm not going to let it down. I'm not going to let it down if it's not worth it. Now, if you see that person constantly, that means I haven't had enough of you to say fuck you and walk away. So there's a good and a bad with that. If a person keeps their guard up 24/7, that person does not trust you
At all.
At all. They can still be dealing with you and still not trust you.
That's one of the questions. Is it hard to trust a couple?
Their intentions, yes. Because like I told you about that girl that came in with a questionnaire.
Yeah.
She came in with a questionnaire.
But
and all of a sudden, okay, you guys, I'm just going to tell you the story. It's going to be real quick. A woman, I'm not going to call her a girl, a married woman came into my DMs and was like, I'm doing a survey. And I said, okay. She said, would you mind answering a couple of questions? I said, no problem. She said, do you walk around your house naked? I said, yeah, who doesn't? She said, do you walk around your spouse naked? I said, yeah. They was like, is it hard for you not to want to jump on your spouse if they're naked? I was like, no, because if we doing day-to-day shit and I just ain't got no damn clothes on, I'm still fucking doing what I got to do. You know, I got priorities. I got shit I got to do. Then she flipped the whole script on me. Oh, I fuck my husband. I suck him down every chance I get. Girl, you'll be loving this dick. This, that, and the other. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
She was trying to sell you just on it to actually, know that it's going to be thrilling.
They love to sell dick. I don't know why.
I'm just saying, like,
they love to sell the sex, and sex will push a potential away. If a potential's in it for the right reasons, sex will push them away. If you come at me sexually, I'm going to fucking block you. I block.
That right there, yeah.
If you lead with sex, I don't think anybody that was single that's dating in a monogamous relationship would try to date somebody and lead with sex if they want something for real. So why would you do it married and trying to date a single person? Like, it's like couples forget how to date.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, right, but this situation is kind of crazy to where you're bringing somebody else in a situation where you kind of know at the end of the day it's going to be on some freak shit. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just because you're bringing a person in to open up. A lot of couples think of the mindset of bringing a person in is going to be threesomes. It's going to be,
Yeah, but can we get to that later? You think I'm attractive? I think you're attractive.
But that's just the mindset. Like when as a couple, we're not having a discussion. To me, I never had this discussion with Shalon. Like, I mean, it's just the mindset. We had a kind of different one, because we began kind of fucking different. But when I talk to a lot of couples, that's the mindset. The mindset is, okay, we're bringing somebody else kind of in the sense of spicing things up. So to learn that we're going to spice things up. The approach when they speak is in the sense of what are you open to study of what you are open to. We got to ask questions, not me myself, I'm just saying, like, in the sense of a couple approaching, you know what I mean? We got to ask these questions. Are you going to be open to it? Are you going to actually?
Okay, I get the questions, but not the pressing, not the throwing it in your face. Yes, you're going to have conversations about sex because sex and communication are the two most important things when it comes to a relationship, in my point of view. If
Yeah,
you ain't
no.
got one, you ain't got the other. It's a difference between having conversations about it and just constantly throwing it in someone's face. That's different. If I was dating a guy and he threw his dick in my face, that's the last time I see that man. If I was dating a girl and she threw her vagina in my face, that's the last time I'm gonna date that girl.
Yeah, I
Like,
I believe that. You know what
chase
I mean?
it's I'm not looking to be chased. Like, I'm not looking to be chased. I'm just looking to be respected. You ain't gotta fucking chase me.
Yeah. The reason I say that, right, with couples, what they're looking at, because it's just like, they said sex is the big picture of it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, with a lot of things in relationships. I know I used to tell Shalon that, like, you know, if we just living together and there's no sex, we just roommates. You know, so I think that's why their approach is that. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Well, obviously, if I'm having a conversation with y'all and I know y'all a couple, we gonna be doing some fucking. That's already
observing, yeah,
established.
observing, yeah,
That's a
yeah.
that's
No,
not
so I
even
respect I respect your perspective of saying, hey, approach me in this situation where it's gonna kind of be a build up. It's already understood what the common goal is, you know, at the end of the day. But approach me where we're gonna meet each other on another level, so I kind of know this is a real relationship. I never heard somebody from the outside coming into a situation of what their perspective is. Like, I love that you broke down the whole thing with the women are the main source of this situation, you know, not for people to actually gravitate to that and understand that if the women are not good, it's not going to be great. And when the women approach the situation, because I hear a lot of times that the male are more comfortable with the women finding the other woman to come into the relationship. So it's great to understand that. Well, then don't approach me with the sex aspect. That understands that we're gonna have that eventually. Approach me where we're gonna link. You know what I mean? Where we're gonna actually be there mentally, and I understand that y'all are gonna respect me, my time, my space, my spirit, you know, everything, all that. We're gonna elevate each other. My energy is costly, you know, so I respect
very.
that.
And
Yeah.
I don't have the time nor the patience for it. And as I'm stuck in this, as I become single year after year, my tolerance for bullshit becomes shorter and shorter, and it's harder to get at me. And I know being single is not how we're supposed to be in this life. I know that.
No.
You're
No.
not supposed to, but you can get stuck in it.
Comfortability. Do
Very
you think you're in the
comfortable.
mindset of comfortability right now?
I am so fucking comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm more happy by myself.
You say that now. I
Like,
think it's just because
and
the
I, and,
challenges
and,
that you came
and the
across.
thing is, I've never been a single person. I've always been a relationship person. I always believed in love. I always watch loving. You know, I see y'all. I praise y'all every time I see y'all. I love
Yeah.
love. I love seeing people happy.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's come to me being that way. And I have like I pulled back because it's just so much crap that I realized that fuck it, I'm happier alone. And I know I'm not supposed to think like that. But
It's a
everything that's
reset, though.
come at me, it's just been so much crap that I just
It,
don't
it
want to do it.
it's a reset, though. You don't think it's a reset? You know what I mean? With the chat, what
I've
people
been
don't think, right?
resetting
Okay,
for years then.
from a monogamous situation, right? Dealing with a person one on one that broke your heart. You know what I mean? Where you got to go ahead and sit back and actually get together, get yourself together, is different from dealing with a polyamory or just poly situation where you got two people that kind of broke your heart. That is just a whole other fucking whirlwind. You know what I mean? Like, you're dealing with two people that kind of did not accept you or understand you or take the time to actually converse, to actually fit you
Am
in
I
your
labeled the
situation.
fun girl? I wouldn't say necessarily the fun girl, but I'm expected to be the fun girl.
Yeah, because you're coming into the situation.
It's just an
So how does
expected.
that make you feel?
Makes me feel like shit because you don't value me. You've
Mm-hmm.
already labeled me on what you thought I was supposed to be and what you want. So when I don't reach those expectations, shit's gonna fall apart anyways. So what's the point of even trying?
Amigo, whatever said, why is that? Why would you be labeled as that?
Because people go off what they see instead of trying to understand and actually build something off of a conversation.
Yeah.
Like I have fun with my friends. I have fun just like any regular person, but the fact that I'm single, it
Whereas
makes it seem like oh shit, she got to be the wild one.
yeah,
She
just
got to
because your
be the loose
lifestyle
one.
choice.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
if I came in as a couple, then I'd be way more respected. But since I'm single, it's like I don't have that much value except for being the fun one.
And that's why I asked you that question. Do you think it would work better being in a couple, you already having a boyfriend, looking for somebody to bring in?
Yeah, because you have somebody like
Locked in. So
and
even if
tag
disappointment is
team.
there, you still have the it's everything you broke down. You have the comfortability there while that person goes and they have to gather themselves. So that's why I'm saying, because I'm trying to break down everything from the perspective of a person coming in, the challenges and how it leads them. I think a lot of people don't see that because me being in the relationship, because I'm the relationship person. I was the one bringing
Mm-hmm.
somebody else in. Me and Shalon, if this didn't work out, but I'm a very observant person, like I said. So I was always acknowledging what Chantel was going to go through. So I made
Mm-hmm.
sure I was there for her and bringing the balance towards everything. It is very challenging when a male is aware. That is the importance of noticing everything to make sure it's all there because you don't want to leave nobody fucked up. But it is easier because you see a lot of couples, fuck it, we don't want her. Like it's just a choice. Like we're going to Walmart, we're returning this. Like this is not an item. This people's mental spirit. Like they just it's a lot. It's a
And
lot.
if you looking for somebody just to party with, be honest. There are plenty of
Facts.
people out there who just want to party. There are plenty of females out there young and stupid, but there are plenty of females out there who just want to party.
Well, they ain't gotta be stupid. They could just be looking for fun. Like they could be
No,
looking for
because they
experience
don't
on themselves.
understand. Because once they start looking for fun and they stay in that funness and they finally evolve out of the funness, people gonna still look at them as fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's
You're
facts.
gonna
I
be
mean,
labeled
people are gonna
as
always recognize
fun.
fun, but growth is there too. You cannot
I,
you have to respect the growth too. But yeah, it is the point of being honest. I think a lot of people, at the end of the day, whatever you're trying to go for in relationships or whatever it is, the key point is to be honest because you're gonna get whatever you're looking for regardless. This goes with anything. You go searching for it, you're gonna find it. So if you put honesty out there, I
yes,
think
I
you're gonna
want.
really.
Well, do I want children? I'm sorry. The question came up.
No, I get that too.
I also find this. I find a lot of couples who don't want children from the second. They don't.
Do you want children though?
I'm 34.
I mean
You
that's not what I didn't ask your age. I asked
know,
you.
at this point, at this point, I don't even know anymore. Like, to be honest, I just
You're kind of
don't.
discouraged.
Not even discouraged, I don't have a problem talking about I've lost a child. So me going down that road again, I don't know.
Yeah. But
I
okay,
it's a physical and mental, it's just a lot. And then doing it with a couple and having the uncertainty of them walking away, that's a lot.
that's the fear.
It's a lot of fear.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to put myself in a position to deal with that because I've run into a lot of couples who say, "Oh, we don't want kids from you. You know, we don't want
Yeah.
any more children. We're done."
That is the main thing that a lot of couples do present that they don't want. They just want to bring
So
somebody else in to just.
then what kind of
But
life are
still,
we
at the end of the day,
building?
I think at the end of the day, to be honest, you know what I mean. I believe if you find a certain one that you could really trust and still that you could actually really want that situation. It really is about somebody that you feel is gonna rock with you. I'm a big person that I'm gonna rock with you. I can promise you I'm always giving you my services, but you know what I mean, and be there for you. That whatever, it's forever, even if we're not together. And if you find somebody, I always
I
believe you
got
find somebody.
28 seconds.
Look, oh, hold on. Let me ask this question real quick. What is a deal breaker for you?
Fuck. Not in 15 seconds. Are you serious?
Come on, because we can't do this again. Come on.
Damn it. Shit, I don't know. I don't have enough time. Good night, people. We'll have to do this another day.